Hi students, welcome to online class. So in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 12 structured query language. In this we are going to discuss about DDL commands. So last video we have discussed about the DML commands, update and then delete. So now in this video we are going to discuss about the DDL commands. So already we discussed about insert command. So now in this we are going to discuss about alter, drop and then truncate. So the other three commands will be discussed in this video. So DDL means data definition language. So in that we have discussed about, we want to discuss about four commands in create, alter, drop and then truncate. DDL commands are create, alter, drop and then truncate. So create table we have discussed in the previous videos. So now we are going to discuss about alter command. So what is mean by alter command? See, the alter command is used to alter the table structure. So altering the table structure. For example, already we created a table called student. So the student table contains 5 fields, 5 columns, namely admission number, name, then age, gender, place. Admission number, name, age, gender and then place. So we have created 5 columns. Now using the alter command, we can change the column name. We can add a new column. We can rename the column. We can delete the column. So we can do some operations like adding a column, renaming the existing column, changing the data type of any column. So if you want to change, for example, admission number, already we have given a particular data type, such as it may be integer, we have given integer. If you want to change it as numeric or any other data type, then you can change. If you want to change the size of the admission number, for example, the admission number contains 3 digits or 4 digits, but you have given only, you have not yet given any size. So there you can give the size. So alter command is used to alter the table, that is adding a new column, renaming the existing column, changing the column type or size of the column, or else you can delete the column. So these are the operations you can do using alter table command. So let us see one by one what are all the operations we can do using alter. So first we are going to see about adding the column. So how to add a column, how to add a field in the existing table. So for that we want to follow the syntax alter table. So alter table is a command. Then which table you want to alter. So table name should be given. Then what is the column you are going to add. So add and then you want to give the column name. So first of all alter table, table name, then add keyword, then column name, which column you are going to add, new column, the new column name, and then the column data type and its size. The columns data type and its size. So these things should be specified in the command. Right, now we can see the example. So to add a new column, address of type character. So we are going to add a column called address. So already we added a column called place. Already we have a column called place in the existing student table. Now we are going to add the address. And then the type of the address column is character. So how can we add this? See the command. Alter table student, alter table student, then add address, address is the column name, and then what is its data type? Character is its data type. Can you understand, students? So now we have added a new column. Now I am going to modify the existing column of the table. So how to modify the existing column of the table? For example, let us take the same address column. I am going to modify the address column. So already I have specified address is a new column, and then what is its data type? Character. So now I am going to modify the address column. I am going to give the size for the address. I am going to give the size for the address. See here, to modify the existing column of the table. So the alter table command can be used with modify class. The alter table command can be used with modify class. How can we use the modify class? Modify in the sense we are going to modify something. We are going to do some changes in the existing column. So what is the syntax they have given? See here, alter table name and then use the keyword modify, that is modify class. Then the column name should be specified, then data type of the column and then size of the column. So alter table name, modify, and then the column name should be specified. After that you want to specify the data type and its size. Can you understand, students, how the alter table command is used? So I am going to use with modify class, right? Let us take the same example, alter table student. So I am going to alter the table student table. I am going to modify which column? Address column. So what is its data type? Character. So I am going to give the size. So I have specified 25. I have specified 25. So when the above command is executed, what will happen? It will modify the address column of the student table. It will modify the address column of the student table, and then it can hold how many characters? The address can hold 25 characters. The address can hold 25 characters. Right, now we have discussed how to add a new column and then how to modify the existing column. Now we can discuss how to rename the existing column. How to rename the existing column. So the alter command can be used to rename the existing column. So how to rename? For that we want to use the keyword rename. We want to use the keyword rename. Say here, alter table name, rename. So rename is the keyword. Then I want to give the old column name, and then I want to specify the another keyword to, then new column name. So alter table name, rename the old column to new column. Can you understand, students? Right, for example, see here, for example we are going to rename the address column. So address column is going to be renamed to city. Address is going to be renamed to city. So now see the example, the alter table student. So I am going to alter the table called student and then rename address to city. Rename address column to city. Can you understand, students, how to rename? Then we can discuss alter command can also be used to remove a column or remove all the columns. So how to remove a particular column or how to remove all the columns? Let us discuss about with this alter command. So very simple, whenever you want to remove a particular column, use drop column. Whenever you want to remove a particular column, just specify the keyword, just to specify the command drop column. So to remove a particular column, the drop column command is used. The drop column command is used with the alter table to remove a particular field. So whenever we want to remove a particular field, we want to specify the drop column. See here, see the syntax, alter table name, drop column. Alter table name, drop column, and then column name should be specified. Whatever the column you are going to delete, whatever the column you are going to remove, right? So that column name should be specified. For example, here they have given to remove the column city from the student table. So to remove the column city from the student table, the command is used as, how they are using it? So alter table student, drop column city. Alter table student, drop column city. Can you understand, students? See, in alter we have discussed about more than 3 commands. More than 3 ways the alter command is used. So whenever we want to add a new column, So we can use the keyword add. So alter table, table name. Then alter table, table name, add, and then column name should be given with the data type and size. So whenever we want to add a new column. Whenever we want to modify the existing column, we want to use the modify class. How can we use the modify class? Alter table name. So alter table, table name. Alter table, table name. Then modify column name, and then we want to specify the data type and the size. Alter table, table name, modify column name, data type, and then size. Whenever I want to rename, how can I rename? So alter table, table name, and then rename old column name to new column name. Alter table, table name, rename old column name to new column name. Whenever I want to drop a particular column, alter table, table name, drop column, and then I want to specify the column name. Right? So these are the different ways we can use the alter table command. So now we are going to discuss about the truncate command. So the alter table command we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss about truncate command. What is mean by truncate command? See, truncate command is used to delete all the rows from the table. Truncate command is used to delete all the rows from the table. Now there will be a question. Sir, already we studied in DML. Delete command is used to delete all the rows. Yes. Delete command is used to delete all the rows from the table. But the table will be as it is. The table will be as it is. The space is not freed for the table. Whatever the memory space which is occupied by all the rows, those memory space will be not free. It will be as it is. But truncate command is different from delete command. Truncate command is used to delete all the rows from the table, and then whatever the memory which is occupied by all the rows, those memory will be freed. Those memory will be freed. You see here, truncate command is used to delete all the rows from the table. The structure remains and the space is freed from the table. So the table structure remains as it is, but the space will be freed. In truncate command, it delete all the rows and the memory space will be freed. But in delete command, the rows will be deleted, the memory will not be free. It will be as it is. Right, see the syntax for truncate command. Truncate table, table name. Truncate table, table name. Whatever the table you want to truncate, you can specify the table name. For example, say here to delete all the records of the student table. To delete all the records of the student table and delete the table, the SQL statement is given as follows. See here how they are deleting that. So truncate table student. Truncate table student. Now the table student is removed and the space is freed. Now the table student is removed and the space is freed. See here. Can you understand for truncate? Truncate command is used to delete all the rows and the memory space will be freed. Whereas delete command, the rows will be deleted, the memory space is not freed. Right. Now we are going to discuss about the drop table command. So this is the last command in DDL. So what is mean by drop command? Drop table command. So drop table command is used to remove the entire table from the database. Drop table command is used to remove the entire table from the database. If you drop a table, whenever you drop the table, all the rows in the table is deleted and the table structure is removed from the database. So before dropping the table, you should be very conscious. Why? Because whenever we are dropping the table, we cannot retrieve back. We cannot get it back. Once the table is dropped, all the rows will be deleted as well as the table structure is also deleted. That is, the entire table structure is also removed. So that is what here they are saying. If you drop a table, all the rows in the table is deleted and the table structure is also removed from the database. So once a table is dropped, we cannot get it back. Once a table is dropped, we cannot get it back. So be careful while using the drop table command. So we should be very conscious, we should be very careful while using the drop table command. If the table is not necessary for you, then only you should delete the table. That is, you should use the drop table command. Otherwise, we can use truncate and delete. If you need the structure, you can use truncate. Can you understand, students? So before using the drop table command, we should be very conscious. But there is a condition for dropping a table. What is the condition? Before using the drop table command, we should delete all the rows from the table. We should delete all the rows from the table. The table should be empty. So whenever the table is created, whenever the table contains rows, you cannot straight away use the drop table command. You cannot use the drop table command straight away. Why? Because before using the drop table command, you should delete all the rows from the table. Then only you can use the drop table command. Then only you can use the drop table command. So what is the condition means? It must be an empty table. There should not be any rows. It should be an empty table. See here. So remove all the rows from the table using delete command. Remove all the rows of the table using delete command. So the delete command is already we explained in the previous videos. So how to delete all the rows? Very simple. Delete star from student. Delete star from student. Whenever we use the delete star from student, what will happen? It deletes all the rows from the table. Once all the rows are deleted, the table can be deleted by drop table command. So after that we want to use drop table name. Drop table name. For example, they are deleting the student table. Drop table student. So before dropping the table, delete all the rows. Then we use drop table student. Right. I think you might have understood this. So same things is explained here also. So what is mean by delete command? Delete command delete only the rows of the table based on the condition given in where class, or delete all the rows from the table if no condition is specified. So whenever we give the condition, based on the condition it deletes the rows. When no condition is specified, it deletes all the rows from the table, but it does not free the space of the table. So memory space is not freed. Then what about truncate command? Truncate command is used to delete all the rows. The structure remains as it is, but the memory space is freed. Whatever the memory space it occupies, the memory space will be freed. So that is the difference between truncate and delete. Delete is also used to delete all the rows. Truncate is also used to delete all the rows. But memory is not freed in delete. But memory space which is occupied by the table is freed. Then we know about the drop command. Drop command is used to remove the object from the database. That is, remove the entire table from the database. Once if we removed, we cannot get it back. Once if we removed, we cannot get it back. What is the condition before dropping? We should delete all the rows from the table. Then only we can drop the table. We should delete all the rows from the table. Then only we can drop the table. Right. I think you might have understood this video. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.